look, I'm a new creator, but in the few months I have been doing this, here are certain things that I was able to learn in order to accept what it takes to be a content creator and to get better going forward. As someone who just started making content, here are 5 hard truths that I had to accept before I continued into this sort of different type of hobby. Once I've accepted these facts, it made content creation much more rewarding and a whole lot less daunting to get into. Number 1. At any given hour, at any given minute, the internet is being flooded with content being uploaded to various platforms. As of June 2022, 500 hours of content is being uploaded to YouTube at every single minute. This is something you need to accept early because you're going to be just a tiny little pebble in a mountain of content every time you hit that upload button. There are examples of some YouTubers who've made maybe one video and then it just blew up and their channel took off, but then there's hundreds, if not thousands, of other creators out there who put hours into a video and it gets seen by no one. Certain content creators can reach a point where their audience seeks them out, but if you're just starting out, most likely you're not going to have that audience yet. And this is not to discourage you, it's actually kind of freeing in a weird way to think that your content might not actually be viewed. So at least then you can sort of take that stress off and experiment and not worry about what people are going to think about you. This leads into truth number 2. At the very beginning, there's a good chance that your content will not be seen by anybody. Every single platform is different on how they'll find your audience or connect your content with people that may be interested. To give an example of TikTok, they will show your content to at least hundreds of people. But at a certain point, if your retention is not high or you're not getting enough interactions, it will die out around 200 to 400 views. Other platforms, it's going to be even more difficult, whether you want to be Twitch streaming or your long-form YouTube videos. There's a good chance that you're going to have an entire catalog of videos with very little views. And this is fine because once you accept that, it'll be a lot less discouraging and you can work on more consistency. With this out of the way, we now go into the third hard pill to swallow. Number 3, finding an audience is going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort. The internal algorithms have to categorize your content and figure out who you are and then hook you up with who's going to be interested in what you're creating. Only through consistent uploads can those algorithms kind of figure out who you are and then continue to push your content in front of those more interested audiences. Right now, I'm effectively running 2 channels. No, not the old school image board. I have my Archie Amico persona, where one channel I'm working more towards travel and events and expos, and then here on my other channel, here I'm doing more of a variety, testing out different audiences, just making content about things I'm interested in, recording myself playing video games, kind of talking about really cool internet concepts. Will anything here take off? Is anything here friendly to the algorithm? I don't know, but until I continue to post more content on the regular, I can see what works, see what doesn't work, and at least continue to build my skills in terms of video production or editing. Other creators have stated that in their content creation journey, they've done 2 or 3 channels before they found something that works, and then were consistent in uploading to that one channel and building that audience. Even right now, I might make a decision to maybe focus on one of those channels if I'm seeing some growth there, or perhaps just continue to play around with both of them as I continue to build those audiences and enjoy what I'm doing and enjoy sharing cool things. Truth number 4. When you're starting out, your content is going to suck, and that's okay. Creating content is hard, trust me. I have a combination of both long-form content at this point as well as some short-form content. And no matter what I'm trying to produce, I'm still trying to figure certain things out. Like, I'm still trying to get my audio right, how I'm standing and positioning myself in the camera and framing. Those are all things that I still need to get better at, and I'm sure there's people watching this right now who think this already sucks. If you're an independent content creator, you gotta realize that you're effectively a one-man army. I'm shooting this on my iPhone 14 using these microphones right here, so you're effectively a cameraman, you're an audio engineer, you're dealing with your own lighting, and of course, the editing. And once again, you're gonna be doing this all solo, and not only are you gonna do it on your own, you need to learn how to do it quickly and efficiently in order to get more towards an upload schedule. If you're just starting out, you're probably going to have very little to no equipment. You're not going to know how to use the equipment you already have, and you're not going to know how to edit quickly or edit well. That's nothing to stress about. And if you really just want to get started, CapCut is free, and if you got a smartphone, You already got a video camera. Your next concern is probably going to be audio quality, and you can buy really disgustingly cheap microphones from Amazon.com or go to your local tech store and get something just a little bit better. What I will say is do not invest in expensive equipment right from the get-go. At least test out certain things to see if you enjoy it or not, or upgrade the equipment that you know you're using the most. Like for me, because I'm going to so many events, getting something like, let's say, the DJI gimbal makes sense. And believe me, this is extremely important because if you're constantly stressed about every single detail in your videos and you're worried your lighting is not good and your audio quality is not good, you're never going to post anything and you will never get better. This leads to the last truth, the thing that I think is the most important. It's the thing that I really want to take into the new year. Heart of truth number 5. Content that you never post is viewed by nobody. Like if you have the greatest content idea, it's just you're daydreaming about it, it's maybe like a movie review or something cool you did in a video game or a really insightful and helpful like makeup tutorial. But if you don't put in the work to film yourself doing it, editing it, and uploading it, no one will ever see it. Let me repeat that. The greatest video ideas ever will have no viewers unless you hit the record button, you edit, and you post it. Think about those obscure, hyper-specific tutorial videos that have helped you get out of a computer issue. You would have never found a solution unless some random kid in like South Asia just made a video on their garbage computer and garbage microphone and showed you how to fix your problem. And like that video might be sitting on YouTube right now, no more than 2,000 views with basically no subscribers, but it was out there, it helped you because someone decided to make it. Going back to the last point, I've talked with some people who want to get more into content creation, but they're worried about their lighting or they're worried about how they look on camera. And it's true, it's valid, but until they start making things, they'll never know what works. Spending all this money on equipment and learning some editing skills, it will all amount to nothing if you never hit the upload button. My biggest takeaway from all this is just post. There's lots of people on TikTok right now, they're not getting 250 views per video, but at least they're out there sharing cool things with other people. Don't worry about all this like technical stuff or equipment or color grading, just start getting content out there, start improving one skill at a time, start looking for ways to connect with an audience. Even if you just want to grab your phone camera and just speak about something you're interested in with zero production skills as possible, you'll at least start to connect with other people interested in the same topics, and you can only always improve. At the end of the day, content that is never uploaded can never get views. So every post you make once a day or every couple times a week is at least one thing you're better at than you were yesterday. If you're liking what you're seeing here, tips about like early content creation, sharing ways to sort of share things that you love, give me a like and maybe a subscribe. And thank you for watching.